Hey, the buttons worked. Howdy. Uh, Good evening. Um, you were watching Mage, the Resurgence, Ashes of New Amsterdam. I am Fabian. I'm your storyteller. This is Bad House RPG, and we're happy to have you. It's been a while. We had some form of break. We needed some time for ourselves for the last few weeks, and we're pretty much energized. Thank you for joining us in the chat. Few things before we start. This is the second episode. If you haven't known yet, you can actually help our mages out. If you feel inclined, if you see on our screen, you can help them out with rerolls. Like, we'll save rerolls. You can donate $10 to give them a reroll, and $20 to give them a flashback, which basically lets them negate a problem that they're in by flashing back to a moment in time where they already solved whatever problem that is faced with them. Donations go to paying operational costs and pretty much keeping the lights on for the channel. That's pretty much it. Content warning, if you want to type !CW, that will give you the content warnings for this episode. Nothing huge, if anything. If you need to step away, obviously, feel free to do so. We'll gladly have you back once you're ready. Your safety is just as important as ours and the fun that we have. Let's get into it. Let me introduce you to our mages. We are missing one mage, unfortunately. Vin, hope you feel better. But let me introduce you to the ones we have right now. Batty.
Hi, I'm Batty. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and other social platforms as Bat's Pajamas. That's BATZ Pajamas. And I am playing Sophie, whose pronouns are also she, they, and is a partner to someone else here at the table.
Yeah, and Bully.
Hello, I am Bully, and I will be playing Deckard Reed. Both of us are he, him.
And last but not least, Z.
Hi, I'm Z, or Zach. You can find me on Twitter, Zach Devs. Today I'm playing Francis Mateo Biamonte, partner to Sophie. And you can find me on Twitter. Did I say that already? Zach Devs. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to follow all of these wonderful people, here are all of the information that you can. Simply click on the links on the chat, and let's get into it. Let's see. Quick recap. Last we left off, the coven of mages that you see in front of you first got introduced to each other through the Greenwich Collective, coming from different backgrounds and types of ways of life. One directly coming, having their first day actually in New York. You have our lovely couple taking them under their wing and heading over to a gala where a religious artifact is being exhibited. During the whole party, unfortunately, a form of sabotage was being done towards our gracious, I would say, being kind of generous hosts, the Moss twins, who are heads of the Gotham High Society. And we ended where they had to escape for an individual named Toby vowed to give them hell as he was transported by Deckard and with artifact in hand, they retreated to the couple's nearby apartment. Before we get to them, a cloudless night sky, a couple of strolls along the East River, a romantic spring night that is suddenly interrupted as they discover a figure. A couple strolls along the East River. During this spring night, it is suddenly interrupted as they discover a figure over the boundaries separating the land from water. Wet squelches echo on the hard surfaces of the footbridges crossing the FDR. "Hey buddy, you look good?" the boyfriend asks. Yeah, I'm peachy," replies the figure as he discards drenched waiter's clothes. Howling screams come from the couple, accompanied by intense flame and flashes. And before he can turn around, he hears a ghastly voice call his name. "Toby, I think we need to talk." In the morning, whether it's been a sleepless night or not, our coven awakes in the Upper East Side. The view of Central Park greets them as they rouse from a quiet night out. Please roll for Quintessence. For viewers, Quintessence is a new mechanic that we implemented in Mage. It's an old mechanic from the old version, but in this version, it is quite new. They get to see if they gain extra die that they can use throughout the day, equal to their arete. If you would like to see how the system works, you can check out our Patreon for a copy of that. It is free right now. No need to subscribe, but if you do enjoy the work that we have, you can also do that as well. So, did anybody get any extra die today?
I am quintessless.
Quintessless. All right.
Same.
How about you, Deckard? Did you get any?
Sorry, I cut out right as this is happening. We're looking for a success, or the number is how much quintessence we get. I rolled
A success.
What does that mean?
An 8?
Okay,
you get
then yeah.
you get
got
quintessence for today.
Deckard coming through
Deckard coming
Someone
through.
needs to-
yet again.
Deckard for the clutch. It's morning. Francis, despite the frustrating night you had with your uncle, I keep forgetting what your intern's name is because it's either Gwyneth, Geraldine.
Geraldine.
I mix it up with
Geraldine.
Gwyneth and Geraldine. Geraldine has took it upon themselves to send your uncle home to his apartment down in Soho. It was a quiet morning, but Geraldine thought it would be nice to have a little bit of music in the morning, something soothing, something more relaxing. They're not sure what happened, but for sure it was quite harrowing. On the table, on your dining table, you see the crown of Jesus Christ himself, the thorn crown stained in blood, a little burnt in the corner. And you were greeted by Geraldine in the morning, telling you all, Miss Alder didn't really feel right to stay, and they left me their number and told me that they will keep in touch and to text them if you ever need them. And I believe they went home to maybe get a little bit of rest. Can I get you your coffee, your juice?
Francis is in a red smoking jacket, just velvet, and standing there with an unlit cigar, just looking at the crown, bags under his eyes. The crown of Christ, Geraldine.
Indeed.
How many eons, how many wars have been waged over this thing which now sits upon my table, our table.
I'm atheist, so I wasn't really sure whether this was a real thing.
Oh, yeah. I respect that.
Of course.
That being said, this is totally the real thing, and it's real, and you should believe in it. No.
Ever since I started working for you and Miss Sufi, I have stopped disbelieving and pretty much understand that things in this world are not what they seem.
No. Geraldine, I can only now live in this reality, in the world that has been thrust upon me and my darling wife since last night. I must delve deeper. I must understand this. I need a Bloody Mary, is what I need.
Of course.
Fitting, no?
Miss Sophie?
Darling, that's an excellent choice, Sophie says as she comes strolling into the kitchen with a long dressing gown that's like a very illustrious velvet with like feathery fur trim along the edges. But when she glances at the table and sees the crown there, she kind of takes pause and just sort of, you can tell that she's like collecting her thoughts from the night before. I understand that, of course, we find ourselves in bizarre situations, obviously. But does the bloodied crown of Christ have to be on my breakfast table? I mean, I do not want to start my day like this. Please, Geraldine, can we put it somewhere else?
Nay.
Can I touch it?
I think I shall. I shall be the one, my darling.
Please.
And another Bloody Mary for you as well, correct?
No, I think I need a cleanse. I'll just have the usual juice, please.
Of course.
Geraldine, my trusted advisor, please, before you serve me, do check on our guest.
Of course.
I am feeling perhaps closer to Jesus than ever before, and this is what he would want you to do.
Of course. She turns around. Mr. Reed, is there anything that I can get for you?
I mean, well, do you guys eat like normal breakfast around here? Is it going to be more oyster stuff? I could use something hearty if you don't mind.
Whatever it is you would like, Deckard.
Yes.
Francis is holding up the crown against the light, and he's like, "Dear friend, who hath saved us from a terrible fate, that which you crave is you want. Fish and bread, it is yours. Fish, which could feed the masses."
Bread wouldn't be bad. Like biscuits, gravy, maybe something. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do.
I can get you bagels, and it should be fresh right now.
Oh, lox and bagels, that's perfect. And that'll fit Francis's dramatic, thematic thing happening over there. But yeah, lox and bagels, please, Geraldine.
Of course.
Yeah, that sounds like biscuits with gravy to me, sure. Yeah.
And she kind of notes it, and she turns around. She walks towards the door. As she opens it with surprise. And you hear voices beyond the threshold. Alright, we're here to, hi, fortuitous of you to open the door. We're here to see, what is this name? Sophie and, Mr. Biamonte. Did I say that right? Yes, you said it right. I'm sorry. We come here from Archambault and Associates. We're here regarding the party at the Gotham High Society headquarters last night. Are they in? Are they home? You hear Geraldine. Yeah. You see her just look in. Please, come in.
Geraldine, we'll meet them out there instead of them coming in.
Oh, okay.
Why do I have guests in my home in the early hours of the morning? I cannot with this. What is happening?
Okay. Well, I have to, like, you hear her whisper. It's like, I gotta get some stuff for breakfast. So if you don't mind, and
a green tea latte too, please, Geraldine, with oat milk. No sweetener.
You get a text on your phone, a thumbs up emoji.
We'll be right there, associates.
Whatever. They wait by the threshold of your door.
Very dramatically, Francis swoops to Geraldine and puts a hand on her cheek. My love, fret not about these guests, for I think something bigger has come upon us in our measly, humble life that we live here. Responsibility.
Darling, please, yes, please, darling, take care of it because I don't have.
Yes.
No, I haven't even had caffeine yet. I'll be here supporting you, obviously, but by all means.
Fret not.
She just gestures.
All will be dead. Francis does like the communion hands, like to leave the crown of Jesus in your hands. Care for it.
Sophie's just like, yes, dear. And then when Francis turns to walk away, she just like drops it on the counter.
No. Francis turns to Deckard. Deckard, would you care to accompany me as we meet our new guests?
Shouldn't that be you? I'm not much of a host. I haven't had company in a space in a long time, and Miss Sophie actually just dropped the crown that you trusted her with.
I did not drop it. I merely set it down in a very relaxed manner.
Is this not as big of a deal as I think it is? Everyone's acting very normal for us having something like this in our possession. Sure, let's go talk to people. Yeah, we've guessed.
Let's go talk.
It's a normal day? Sure. Yeah, okay.
As we're walking away, Francis turns back and says, "Darling, you can do no wrong." And turns back, and we walk towards the entrance of the house.
As you walk into the entrance of the house, you see like a kind of like block, like a tall gentleman with like blocky features, like not necessarily like CGI or whatever, but like very kind of straight edge kind of features to him. He's got curly like strawberry blonde hair, and accompanying him is a woman, a little bit shorter, kind of maybe like half African American. You're not quite sure. Very lighter complexion, like hair tied into a tight bun. They're both in suits. You see taller gentleman just opens his kind of like a wallet and says like, Michael Hogan, I'm with Archambault and Associates, puts it away. This is my associate, Miss Claire. we're here to pretty much ask some questions about last night's events. And can we come in, or are we just gonna? Cause and he looks around, and it's not necessarily a big hallway, but obviously there are other apartments that are kind of situated within this hall. About 2 more. It's like this is kind of private matters that we're trying to talk about. Maybe we can maybe sit down in a little bit more quieter setting, that we may ask you these questions that we have to about last night.
Yes, of course, and it's very nice to meet you. Francis gives him a shake. Fabs, can I give him a sniff to see if I root out anything suspicious about their set?
So you're trying to do a regular insight?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a wits
Or
and
like
insight.
a literal sniff.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want a literal sniff, then awareness instead of insight.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go 2 here. Awareness and what?
Wits.
And wits. 1, 2, 2 successes.
2 successes. This man doesn't seem to wear perfume, but definitely a heavy alcoholic aftershave. He also smells of he seems to have had like a bagel and cream cheese with like a side of coffee with like light cream, and a little bit of sugar. He seems like a man, like a very down to earth like man. No bullshit, no frills. Gives you heavy cop vibes, even though what you know of Archambault and Associates, they are primarily, they do a lot of like cleanup work and investigations. So this is what you kind of sense from them. There's not a lot of hostility. Clearly this guy, and I think this just translates to you of this guy definitely has his opinions towards the rich.
Valid, but also he's a cop. No, I'm like, okay. Very theatrically, Francis says, "Yes, of course you can come into the house, sit upon the couch."
But Decker's gonna lean into Francis a little bit. They're with who and who? What does that mean? Are these like mage police? Is that code for something?
And Associates. No, they're just more nosy. Kind of, you know when you hire a cleaning lady to clean up your wherever you live, and they come in and they sweep away the dust bunnies and the jars of maple syrup, I imagine, that are laying around. Well, they're like that, but for magic stuff. Fae and all that.
Decker's just gonna turn to the individuals. Y'all got like identification or badge or something? Are you like cops? You got a warrant or anything like that? We don't actually have to cooperate or do shit with you right now. I actually know my rights pretty well. I might be new to the city, but I've been around for a little bit. And I don't know, you're with who and who? I hadn't heard of these people. Have you heard of these people, Francis? I don't like the feel of this.
You see the woman just like, I understand, sir. Things like this get a little pushy. We're not we're not cops. We're just here. We were tasked to check out on some stuff.
You're not cops. He called you cleaning ladies. There's got to be something in the middle that's accurate to what the hell you are.
That. Don't call them cleaning ladies to their face.
Speaking of cleaning, so Sophie leans her head on the corner. When you come in, please do take your shoes off.
Yes, very important.
All right, I'm just gonna let a couple suits right on in. All right.
We're just here to retrieve property. Let's think of us as private investigators.
And property? Oh, there's no property here that to be
We're not
retrieved,
saying
and-
that the property is here, but we're asking around, just in general, the people that were at the party. Fortunately, most of them were at the party last night, and we were able to talk to them. But we found it better to talk to you all in the morning. So here we are. You were the only ones who weren't there, so we're just doing a follow-up. Just doing our due diligence.
Yes, of course.
So you're here to enforce property laws, but you ain't cops. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Francis keeps
Decker's
darting.
just gonna
his
start
head.
heading back, just mumbling. I don't need to fucking sniff him like a damn Rottweiler to know cops when I smell cops, but okay. He's gonna go in and immediately do an effect if he can.
Sure, what kind?
So he's assuming Francis doesn't want them finding the crown because Francis just lied about having the crown.
Mm-hmm.
And Deckard knows we're about to get searched. So Deckard goes in. Where would the crown be? Sophie.
So if you put it on like the kitchen counter, like near the
Amazing.
breakfast nook.
So it's
Yeah,
just,
but, like,
sitting out on the counter right now.
I mean, the counter is far from like the living space.
Yeah, it's like at the back
So
of the kitchen.
yeah, so
No,
they
that's not how you hide anything.
they
I
they
know
wouldn't
Deckard
necessarily.
is gonna go over to it then.
Mhm.
Get out some of his radio equipment, put his tuning fork on it, and begin making some adjustments to.
Mhm.
He doesn't know enough places around the city. He doesn't know shit. He might be able to put this either in like the diner or in his place. Neither one seems like a good option. So he's gonna keep it here, but not here.
He's
He's gonna try to do an effect and change the light. Adjusting the actual wavelengths of the light around it to almost do like an invisibility effect
Okay.
on the way the light reacts to this object, meaning it won't react to it. So hopefully it will be invisible if successful.
Okay. Yeah, like roll me correspondence, and roll me your arete with that. I think we could also kind of, if you have dots and forces, you can
Yes,
probably
this is-
use that as well. And I need you to get a 3 success. If your total pool is 6, you can take half and just automatically success.
So, I got 4 correspondence, 4 forces. My total will be 9. So I'll
You can just take half, yeah. Okay. You do the effect, no problem. It takes a while. You notice that the magic around this item kind of disrupts the frequencies, and you kind of hear a feedback in the back of your mind. But it goes. It's there. Even you can't see it. But you can definitely hear a hum to kind of indicate that that item is still there. And this hum is only known to you. Kind of like a white noise, if you will.
Deckard will keep his set of like kind of vintage headphones on, and try not to stand right by the thing, but now just sort of be in the area because he doesn't feel like he should be doing the talking with these individuals.
That's completely fine.
I was gonna say Sophie's in the kitchen, so she would be like watching Deckard with the little instruments and like figuring it out. And so I was wondering if Sophie could maybe like help out in some way when she realizes what Deckard's trying to do. I see you practicing a little bit over there. You're getting the hang of things. From what I've overheard, yeah, sounds like we don't want them to find this, which I don't really care. But if that's what we're doing, that's fine. And you've done a great job because I can't really see it, but I did just see what you did, so I know. I don't know what they're up to though. So what if? Didn't you do a thing before where you kind of moved something somewhere else where we couldn't see? And what if we did that?
Yeah, I mean, everything, is vibrations and whatnot, and it's different wavelengths, so it's really just more of a thing of tuning it into the length of actually different locations. What were you asking me to do?
You don't have to get into that. Yeah. Basically, let's use your little radio things. I'll help out, and let's move this.
Dismissive, but all right.
I just don't understand how it works, but I'm just saying. Let's move this to a lesser known part of the house. And Sophie wants to try to help Deckard transport that item into one of our secret workshops.
Okay. This is just going to be pure correspondence. So I'm going to need the both of you to actually, you can add matter if you have this. Roll me matter, correspondence, and your arete together. And I need you both to get, in total, 5 successes.
Okay. And the number of dots is the number of dice I'm rolling, correct?
Yes.
You can do it.
Matter correspondence at 6 dice for me.
Okay. I got a 5 is not a success, right?
6 up, 6 above. So,
okay, so I got 3 successes.
You got 3 and 3. And like, what is the result of your arete? Not a 1, right?
No, it's a 2.
No ones? Okay, fantastic. You guys, describe to me how you both kind of work on doing this. How you enforce your magic into this.
How does Sophie do magic?
Sophie does a lot of imbuing magic into items. So that's why she doesn't fully understand what you do, where you're using instruments to move things and do other things like that, because she usually puts enchants objects. So basically she was just thinking that if she could help sort of direct your magic in a way, to get it into an area of the house that is one of their secret work, Francis and Sophie's secret workshops, so that way it wouldn't just be out on the kitchen counter in case they can see it. She also has illusionist type stuff. So I'm thinking that maybe I think that maybe she's just gonna go over and kind of put her hands on it, or at least where she thinks it is, since you made it essentially go invisible.
You can still feel it. Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, cool.
So,
cool. So yeah, she's just gonna kind of run her hands along the thorns and sort of encircle it really gently with her fingertips, and sort of manifest the idea of using,
I think you would just say,
boosting your magic.
Describe the place to me, the essence of it, what.
Yeah. So
put that intention in this item, and maybe I can, and maybe between him listening to her and tuning into what this place is, because it's a place he hasn't seen, along with her putting that intentionality into the item itself, maybe making it a little easier to align this item with the vibrations of that room until it is in that room.
Deckard can't read thoughts, right? Sophie would actually have to
he
speak.
can, but he doesn't.
He has to intentionally do it. Yeah.
Okay. So then, knowing what Sophie knows then about Deckard manipulating sound waves and stuff, she's just kind of whisper and kind of mumble where it is that the crown of thorns is gonna go. So she'll be down the hallway and through the hidden bookcase, down the spiral stairs and into the dark chamber of the workshop. She's just sort of like mumbling so that you can then like use her words and direct it where to go.
Awesome. Yeah. So it should be invisible and in a different room now. That's hopefully good.
So you already are confident that it is well hidden. You hear in the living room, "Look, Mr. Biamonte, we're gonna cut right to the chase. We have footage of you and your associates leaving the premises. Thing is, you were talking to the last person holding the crown, so we're trying to figure out who this person is. Also, the fact that this is a contraband that wasn't even supposed to be in the city. No worries for you on that point, but we're trying to figure out how it got here, and what's going on. Right now, some of our colleagues are already at the night market trying to figure out things. But please tell us what you remember from that night. If I recall from the footage, you in particular, Mr. Biamonte, were kind of incapacitated. Like some of your friends had to escort you out. Were you also victim of the poisoning of the wine or the champagne or whatever?
I will tell you what I know of that night.
Yeah, please do.
Francis has the cigar and looks out wistfully. You should have seen her. Dashing in that dress. Like a raven upon the January moon. Oh, what happened?
Wait, so the waitress was a woman, or?
No, I'm speaking about my wife. You wanted me to recall the events of the night, so I'm going through it for you.
Well, not necessarily in full detail, but what are the things that you might think would be pertinent for our investigation?
Yes. Well, as for how the crown got there, I would ask John and Jenny, but...
Yeah, of course. This is being dealt with, of course, and you're right, thank you.
Do you know the tale of Judas, my friend?
Sold Jesus for 30 shillings? Yeah, of course.
To the Romans. It was as though I had been betrayed much like Jesus that night, for I took a simple sip of my champagne and I felt all at once upon me a terrible, terrible feeling, like my body was not my own, like it belonged to the people and to the universe and to nothing at all, to death itself. I felt so terrible. And then I saw him, Judas. Sorry, what was your name?
Michael.
I saw him, Michael. Judas himself, he looked upon me and said, "My name is Toby." You would be wise to remember that.
You see him scribble like Toby on his notepad. All right. Anything else he said? Like, would you recall why he was there? Why he was trying to destroy the crown? It looked like on the footage that he was trying to set it on fire. But maybe you can enlighten me, because fortunately, you and the rest of you, I'm noticing there's only 3 of you today, but only 4 of you were seen interacted with this individual, this Toby guy. So
Indeed, we, I shouldn't say we, Deckard. Francis thinks for a moment and is like, not Deckard. It was me. It was... Perhaps it was fate itself, Michael. Perhaps fate itself bested Toby in that instance. What a silly mage couldn't even cast a fire spell to alight the crown of Jesus Christ. He transported himself goodness knows where. So we were saved. Merciful is fate.
I need you to roll me manipulation
Okay.
and subterfuge to and I need you to roll me I need you to hit 4 successes for this.
If I don't have any dots in it, I can't roll a die for that, right?
Yeah.
I cannot succeed on that.
Okay. Just roll and tell me what you get.
Okay. 1 success.
1 success.
Can Sophie interject?
No, but you can definitely enter the scene.
Okay. Yeah, Sophie's just gonna overhear Francis kind of struggling a little bit and just like sort of lean in. Like she just sort of appears through the doorway out of the kitchen and just leans in and goes, mind you, you saw what the champagne did to everyone. It incapacitated their bodies, thus also their minds. Please, keep that in mind when you're talking to my dear sweet Francis. His agency was taken from him. That night was too much for all of us, and everything was so fuzzy and so hard to tell what was happening.
Okay. You also make me a roll, but this time, it's a lower DC. Like it's a roll lower thing because you do make a good argument.
Okay.
I just need
So
you to
I'm
roll
rolling
me
for
manipulation and subterfuge, and I need you to roll 3 successes.
Okay. Oh.
As Sophie saying,
Ooh, I only got 1 success. Oh no! Launch all of these dice into the sun.
You can, if you want, spend a willpower and re-roll up to 3 dice.
Okay. A willpower. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
So just take away one of my willpowers?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm re-rolling up to 3. Yes, 2 successes.
2 successes
makes 3
more, so
total.
that makes 3 total. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. Mr. Biamonte, I apologize. It must have been traumatic, a traumatic ordeal to go through all of that and get your agency removed by somebody. I understand. I didn't mean to insinuate anything. We're just trying to get the information. Okay. I think Deirdre, do you have any questions for them? Not really. But you mentioned a Toby. Do you mind me asking, Miss Sophie, Mr. Deckard, was it? Did he mention anything why he wanted to destroy this crown, and why he just all of a sudden disappeared as he was trying to as he seemingly was about to succeed in what he was trying to do.
I mean, you tell me. This person comes in and just ruins a perfectly fine party. Everyone's having libations and enjoying themselves on a fine New York evening. How should I know?
Fantastic.
He don't like rich people.
And you hear them whisper to each other. Might be one of those kind of magical activists trying to send the message to one of the elite, trying to just do defamation, not really understanding what's going on. It's like, yeah, might be. Anyway, look, it's a wonderful spring morning. So sorry to take your time, but if you do remember anything at all, smallest, he takes out kind of like a card case, pulls out 3 cards. Please, don't hesitate to give us a call. It will be pertinent and very, very helpful in our investigation for you to let us know anything that might come to your mind. Especially if maybe you remember where the item might have been placed, where it slid. Because right now, unfortunately, we're grasping at straws. We can't find the damn thing. So, anyway, we'll
So it belongs to you?
Not really.
Then why are you looking for it?
Well, it should belong to the Fae, all the way at the night market, because they're the only ones that can probably do it safely and transport whatever this is back to a pocket dimension where it won't do any harm. It's a very dangerous item. Not gonna lie. Well, it's gonna be as dangerous as it could be. It's a volatile artifact. It's basically something that was touched by God, so we're not really sure what's gonna happen with it. It could explode. It's a matter of city security that we need to find this thing. So, if you would remember anything, just let us know. You guys have a lovely home. We're gonna leave and take our presents elsewhere. And thank you very much for your time.
But I had a quick question.
Oh yes, so
So God's a mage or is he a fairy? And if he's a fairy, why is this thing in the market? Does that mean someone bought it? And you said they're gonna put in a pocket dimension. How many dimensions are there? What's this dimension called that we're in right now?
well,
And you said
so,
you work for Hershey and Harwitz. What the hell does that have to do with the night market?
Well,
and why is the market only at night?
Here's the thing.
And when you say touched by God, I don't even get that, because didn't like a person make that and put on Jesus' head as punishment?
Here's the thing. All right, let me explain to you. So there are beings outside of our like that we haven't proved yet. There are supernatural beings that basically have these powers, and throughout time they reside in different pockets of space. There's this thing called the storm, and that's how you and I have these things that we can do. So the fairies, they have more stable magic than what we have. Maybe the Marauders, but who fucking cares about them? They're a bunch of jagoffs that don't know what to do, that don't know what's right from wrong. Anyway, we're trying to get it to them because most likely one of their people got that and brought it into the city. Night market is at night because some of the fairy folk can't look like us, can't look like you and me. So night's the only time they can actually come out. Anyway, if you want more information, you can go to like the Greenwich Collective or like the Academe or something. It's not my job to educate you. But again, thank you for cooperation. Lovely home. Have a wonderful morning. Enjoy this wonderful spring morning. I see people taking the dogs into the park earlier. It's cute fucking dogs. I love them. I'm a dog guy. Anyway,
Is that why you didn't mind when he sniffed you?
I didn't really notice that, but
Yes, please go enjoy this lovely spring day we're having. Thank you so much for stopping by.
All
And
right.
she's like ushering them toward the door.
Sophie, Deckard, and Francis, can you roll me wits and awareness?
Okay.
Let me know what you get. There's not a general.
Got 2 successes.
That's awareness. That's also
I also want to do a little mind reading, if that's okay.
Sure.
3
After,
successes.
like,
3 successes. What did you get, Batty? Wits and awareness. 2 successes. So for the wits and awareness check, what you know is, however they did it, whether it's a magical creature, magical kind of drone, whatever technology, something scanned the house. Well, at least this floor. You're pretty sure nothing was found, because if there was, they would have reacted in a certain way. Let's see. Let me just get reacquainted with our psychic. Roll me wits and insight, please.
five successes.
5 successes.
What, both of us?
No, just like, if Deckard, if you're also
The
trying
psychic craft, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're are you purposefully trying to read their minds? No, then you don't have to. Francis is trying to, and just gonna roll something. Okay. You see, what you hear is kind of like a garbled kind of tone, and it clears up, and it's like, this is kind of weird. I looked at a lovely couple, and that old man is just curious and probably had a few run-ins with the cops, but something ain't right. Can't prove nothing, so whatever, fuck it. And Sweeper didn't find anything, so whatever, fuck it. Whatever the fuck that fucking crown is, we need to find that. Need to find that soon. And that's what you hear. They start walking out.
Francis looks at his 2 companions and gives them this thumbs up.
So Sophie just gives like a knowing nod and like kind of touches the side of her nose.
What are all these sly, cute looks back and forth? This is why is no one taking this seriously? First of all, Francis,
Decker,
you
dear.
are a
Decker,
rich,
dear.
handsome
Calm down.
person, and you can't lie for shit. I don't know how you've made it where you have so far. Thank God for fucking Sophie coming in. I don't like people like that. I got into a bad situation with people like that, and that's what got me into this situation. And I'm right back in trouble where I began. I can't. This ain't for me. I don't know what's going on.
Deckard, it's fine. We're going to help each other and work together. If it weren't for the fact that you and I collaborated there, I fear that it could have gone very differently.
Sophie, Miss Francis, you both of you have been extremely kind and welcoming to myself, and I do appreciate that. So I don't want you to take this the wrong way when I say, when things get in trouble, people get in trouble. People like you tend just not to get in trouble. People like me get in trouble real bad, and that's why I feel like you guys aren't taken like as worried as I am. I'm not like you. Bad things happen, and and they just keep on happening. I can't make them go away like you. I ain't got money. I don't got friends. I don't have all things. So I feel like I'm freaking out a little bit. And I just got here, and it's a wonderful city, and I barely even got through the list of restaurants that I printed off from Heather's blog for me to visit. I still got bagels on the way. There's a lot I still want to do. I don't want to have to be on the run again. Please tell me there's a plan or something.
Yes, there is a plan.
Okay.
We just haven't made it yet.
God damn, sorry.
Please, do come have a seat. The breakfast should be here any moment.
And with that, oh, good.
Oh, and Francis says, if I may ease some of your troubles here, they're not on to us owning the crown. So, we solve it how we wish. If you wish to visit the night market, perhaps they can be part of your magical education. Maybe we can give it to them ourselves. Or, if you would like to keep it, if you don't trust it in the hands of anyone but us, and it is our responsibility, God-given, then maybe we can do that as well. That which you wish, that which makes you comfortable, it's totally fine. We can sell the crown and make a lot of money also.
There are many solutions to this problem, and Decker, I do understand your concerns, but just because we have a substantial amount of wealth does not mean that money solves everything. We don't have to use money to solve everything. In fact, we didn't use money to solve this situation just now. So I think you're obviously new to a lot of this, and that's why we're here. We're here to help guide you along the way. You are welcome to continue to stay in our stead, and we will share with you what we know. Obviously, you're a grown man. You can make your own choices, but we are, well, at least I am not, and I have no interest to be associated with the suits that were just in my house, and I will do whatever it takes to protect mine and my own. And she, like, kind of like nudges and like rubs against Francis, and is like, now, please, that was very rattling. I could really use some caffeine and just a quiet moment, and is like trying to get you to come into the kitchen to have a seat.
And as you say that, the door closes. The door opens again and closes, and the fresh smell of maple syrup, fresh gravy, fresh bagels, butter fills the entirety of the apartment. You also the roasted grounds of coffee just perk you up. Geraldine arrives, and make me a quick wits and insight.
Ooh. Only one success for Sophie.
2.
2 successes.
What about you, Francis?
4 successes.
Okay. Francis. Geraldine is a very loyal, very trustworthy employee. They got into this fold, and they rarely get flustered. But on this occasion, as they come back, they are extremely flustered, blushing even, as if somebody gave them a great compliment, maybe flirted with them on their way. Rarely wears a smile around the two of you, but yeah, sporting a smile, setting everything on kitchen table is like, is there anything else I can get you guys?
Francis has the hands behind the back, does like a little saunter up. What's become of you, Geraldine?
Nothing. I'm just glad that I was able to grab the last of the everything bagels. It's just really hard sometimes. Morning rush, beautiful day like this.
It's spring, Geraldine. All can smell when the dandelion blooms. Francis turns around.
She rolls her eyes, but in a playful manner. No disrespect. And they kind of turn around and they start fiddling with her phone. And you all enjoy a lovely, at least the rest of your morning, whatever loveliness that you can squeeze out of it. We're gonna fast forward a little bit towards like the afternoon. Geraldine knew what was going on, cleared everything for schedules. And Deckard, one of your burner type phone gets a phone call.
I don't recognize the number.
You kind of do, but it's not saved on your phone, but you kind of do from like memory. This is the same number that you kind of like called, like this is the number at the Greenwich Collective. This is their kind of like their landline.
I'll answer.
Hi, I'm calling for Mr. Reed, and it's a man talking.
Speaking.
Hi, not to worry you. My name is Jason, the Bulldog. I actually run the Greenwich Collective. You were here yesterday. You met one of my associates, Amity, and we passed you off to some of our the gracious benefactors to act as your sponsor. We wanted to just check up on you. We already gave a call to Miss Alder. How do I say this? News travels pretty fast, and apparently your group was at a function that an incident happened. I just wanted to call to see whether you're all right.
No, I'm not all right. Shit's fucked. What is going on?
If you would like me to explain it to you, I can meet up with you. I can go to you. You don't have to go anywhere. If that makes you feel any safer or better. Or we can meet at the office if you'd like.
I mean, I'm at. Wait, which one of their houses is this? I guess they live here together. I'm at their house now. Are they fine with you meeting here? Because I know some of your members had a little bit of an issue with one of the people here and whatnot.
Are they around right now? Do you mind if I speak to Sophie, if this is possible?
Yeah, that was the one. Sure. Find whatever room they were in. Miss Sophie, there's what'd you say your name was again?
Oh, it's Jason.
Jason is on the phone for you from the Greenwich Collective. She don't want to talk to you right now.
That's okay. Yes, well, if you would like to meet us over here, I wouldn't want to impose,
Yeah, I could do that.
of course. And he hangs up the phone.
Bye,
Well, you
you
made
too.
that easy for me, Deckard. Thank you.
Is there, I mean, not to get too forward or whatnot, is there just a lot of history between you and some of the people over there? Is it mutual? Both of you not like each other?
Yes, there is unfortunately history. I actually started out in the Greenwich Collective when I first became a mage. I've not always been a part of the high society. When I was younger, I was more of a kind of grassroots sort of designer. A lot of us kind of independent artists and designers and just quirky, offbeat, creative types found ourselves at the Greenwich Collective. And I spent probably about 4 years there when I first became a mage. And, had some great times and developed some closer relationships with some of them. But as Francis and I became closer and more romantically entangled, and she sort of like gives eyes and like flutters her lashes at Francis. We got married, and I sort of was brought into the fold of Francis's life and transferred over to the Gotham High Society as my main mage affiliation. And there are some people at the Greenwich Collective who don't like to see others win, frankly. I cannot see why it's a problem that I'm with the love of my life and I'm happy now and there good things have come to me. But there are some people there who like to throw shade and talk trash, and unfortunately rumors are like an infectious disease, and they can rot the minds of some people and taint their image and their perception of you. So yeah, you could say there's some history there.
So they're upset because earlier when you like were trying to say everything will be all right because you take care of your own, you don't mean like your own like that, you mean your new own.
I mean, the people who show that they're there for me through thick and thin, and I will be there for them. But if you cross me, well, then good luck being out there on your own, because I will not be by your side.
Noted. Wait, so do they not like Francis?
I don't see why. Look at this charming, handsome man. What is there not to love? But Francis, unfortunately, dear, this is no comment about you. But, and Francis, unfortunately, comes from a different world than most of the people in the Greenwich Collective. And despite the fact that Francis is a wonderful person and very charming, charismatic, devilishly handsome, sexy and romantic, besides the fact that Francis is a wonderful person, some people just cannot see past certain things about an individual that they just insist on being against, regardless of who that person actually is deep down in their heart. It's true, obviously, we have done well for ourselves. You are here in our penthouse apartment, and we have gorgeous views of the city. And she sort of like wistfully looks out the kitchen sort of breakfast nook window. But they didn't really take the time to get to know the Francis that I know. They didn't take the time to hear the stories of how Francis was there for me, and Francis always chose me no matter what, even when those around him advised against it. So, I guess you could say that they don't like Francis, but I would be frank to say that they have no basis to stand on.
Oh, all right. I kind of get it now. Y'all came from like different side of the track situation and chose each other despite both your communities not necessarily accepting the. That's that's kind of endearing. Good on y'all.
Like I said, we look out for each other and we stick together, and we do whatever it takes to keep each other safe and well and thriving. And anyone who's on our team will do the same. But if you're not, well, then like I said, best of luck to you out there on your own, because it's much better, I can tell you, when you stick together.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. I can't imagine. All right, I'm supposed to go to the Greenwich people. I'm sure it's fine if you came with. I just didn't know if you wanted to.
Do you know
But
what it is I
Jason
want to
asked-
talk to you about?
Yes, last night, I assume.
Darling,
Francis has been sitting in a window this entire time and sniffing the cigar.
the still
Yeah.
unlit cigar.
The still unlit cigar. Yes.
Do you think we should accompany?
Deckard, may I ask you a question?
Yeah, yes.
Have you ever felt the burn of love in your heart?
Oh, I've always thought of love as like harmony, sort of syncing up of frequencies in a way. Not necessarily that both frequencies need to be the same,
Yes.
but when layered on top of each other, they create something new and beautiful.
Yes.
But in that sense, I suppose it would take two frequencies, and I guess I haven't, I guess received a signal back, we'll say, to know if I've really been in love or not.
Your words speak to me. It is like the layering of a bass note. Cardamom above it. Deckard, wherever you go, you shall have our support, should you want it. I understand. I can be a lot. Maybe I don't understand everything there is to know about people less fortunate than I. But, should you want my support, my resources, they are yours. Do you want us to come, Deckard?
Oh, to find like a working person to have intercourse with. No, my brother's tried that before. It's not really for me.
I'm so sorry. There must have been a huge miscommunication there. Because that is not at all what I meant.
You're offering to buy me a partner?
No, Deckard, no.
Oh.
No, certainly not. Not that there's anything wrong with that, even Jesus washed the feet of... Deckard, I just truly mean, do you want us to go with you to the Greenwich Collective? That's all.
Oh, I thought we were still on the love thing. Okay.
Even if I gave you money, Deckard, it wouldn't be none of my business what you do with it, you know?
Sure. No, I mean it's up to y'all. I'm fine there. I'm comfortable there. If you guys don't get along with them, I don't want you to put you in an uncomfortable situation. Whatever you guys want to do. I knew that's what you're talking about. I was joking with you.
Right,
You fell for that, Francis. Man, you're silly sometimes. We better get going now though, right now. In this conversation.
Yeah. We should go to the Greenwich Collective all together, right? What do you think?
Yeah, because I don't actually have a car, so I would love to. And I still taxis seem to be not into me. Yeah.
Yes, we'll take the car.
Yes, Geraldine.
As you call Geraldine still nose deep into this phone. but still attentive, gives you general looks, asks where you guys are going, sets up the ride, and with that, we're gonna take our first break. Well, we're gonna take our break. We don't really take multiple breaks here, but yeah, we're gonna take a break. So stand up, do a little stretch, get hydrated. We're gonna be back in a few with more announcements. Howdy, everybody. Welcome back. This is Mage, Ashes of New Amsterdam. Thank you for joining us. Hope you guys had a wonderful break. Hope you were able to do some stretches and grab some water, hydrate, grab some snacks. And yeah. Last we left off, from a crazy morning, the coven was visited by Archambault and Associates, a group of specialists that kind of act as like PIs, private help, exorcists of the sort, and they are completely unaware of the presence of the crown in the apartment of the lovely Francis and Sophie. Later on, Deckard gets a call, which leads them here to where we are now, in front of a psychic store on West Broadway, downtown. You enter the store, and through the back door, you are in the offices of the Greenwich Collective, a non-profit kind of organization that helps wayward mages in the city to get up off their feet, not necessarily financially, but emotionally, understanding the world that they now are a part of. We then learned also that Sophie was once a part of this. And as you enter, Deckard, Sophie, Francis, you're greeted with a quite thin, tall, lanky, kind of tan skinned man. He has kind of like a ponytail, slick back hair. He's wearing a light flannel with a t-shirt, just a plain shirt in underneath. Just wearing kind of like distressed jeans, very laid back individual. And they come, it's like, oh, it's so nice to see you again, Sophie. I am glad to see you again, and I'm so happy that you're here, and to know that everybody is safe. Mr. Deckard, and he holds out a hand to shake it, shake yours. It's so nice to meet you. I deeply apologize about yesterday not being here. I was hoping to meet you, but with our staff dwindling a little bit, I was needed elsewhere. And Francis, thank you so much. You're always welcome here whenever. And he tries to hold out his hand for a handshake as well.
Very warily.
It's a firm handshake, and you're not really feeling any like hostility. This is probably the most welcoming person you've ever met from this place.
Yeah. Give him a quick smile.
Yep. Please, to my office. It's more comfortable there. And he leads you over. I do hope you don't mind. I do have other guests as well. I'm pretty sure that we can ask them to give us some space. And as he leads you all to this office space, it's kind of a bigger office, and there's a couch in there. Seated there is an older gentleman, roughly maybe a little bit younger than you, Deckard. in the well-known Canadian tuxedo, denim denim from head to toe, except his shirt is like this kind of like heavy kind of cotton kind of shirt. You see him with his like gruff exterior. You smell the waft of a cigarette within this office. You see him smoking, and you see with him is a younger woman trying to magically get the smoke to dissipate and disappear, and you see her yank the cigarette and kind of like disapparate it from her hand, as if to, in her frustration, looking at this older gentleman saying, what is wrong with you? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Austin Chase and Maya Song. You see this Korean woman just turn, it's like a young adult woman, stand up and give you guys like a nod and tries to hold out her hand to shake your hands. Hi, my name is Maya Song. I am, we're here from the Marauders, and we heard what happened. Look, we won't take much of your time, but it looks like you guys might want some privacy. Austin just like, oh, whatever, just stands up gruffly. Jason, we'll be at the cafeteria. Let us know when you're done with them. Of course, Mr. Chase. The two of you recognize Mr. Chase as the leader of the Marauders. Old, grizzled, seasoned. This is a mage from before the times of the New Age, before the Greenwich Collective. One of the remnants of the war. They leave you guys. And Jason is like, I am so sorry. Please have a seat.
Real quick, Batty, how does Sophie react to the smell of the cigarette?
Yeah, you know that Sophie was definitely just kind of like not loving it.
Can I do a little magic here?
Yeah, of course.
Try to condense all the scent of the cigarette in the room into like a little vial.
Yeah. Let's see. What's a good check. Where's my cheat notes? Let's go with matter and your arete.
Matter and arete.
I just need you to roll me at least one success.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Take this kind of globule, and in a vial, it transfers, and you see this kind of swirling smoke in this bottle. And it's grayish, and it kind of falls down to the bottom of the bottle, kind of like a liquid, a heavy, dense liquid.
Thank you, darling. That was so ghastly.
Did you just capture his scent?
No, the scent of that must have been a Marlboro Black. Yes, I got it right in here. Maybe I'll use it later, but for now I just wanted to protect my darling wife from its horrible scent.
Could you capture someone's scent?
Maybe. Yes, I could. I tried that once. The line did not sell well.
Maybe. I got a feeling about that guy, the really well-dressed one. Might be useful if you do that.
Oh, Deckard. Love.
I like the way you think, Deckard.
But yes, how do the chairs look? Are they?
They're like standard office, like public office chairs.
Yeah. Give it a little wipe with a handkerchief, and then it's like, please, darling.
Yeah, and Sophie just is like, okay. Like, it's sort of hesitant, but does it anyway. What is it that you want to know, Jason?
I just want to know if you're all right. The ravens that came out this morning were a little troubling. They're saying that they're naming at the very least you and Francis over here as the only ones who got out of there pretty much unscathed.
What happened to everyone after we left?
Well, everybody who's still recovering got hit pretty hard by somewhat kind of like a chloroform. People are still having headaches. We know that the healers are trying to do what they can, but given that a lot of us are just youngins, we have limitations. So,
I'm glad we got out of there when we did. I could tell right away it was not a good place to be, and I don't like that the Ravens are spreading our names around town associated with this event, because I could honestly care less about the event itself, but here we are.
Exactly. I already spoke to the people that I can to try and keep your names out. But I'm just a community leader. I can't really do much. But obviously, I do still care about the people that I used to work with.
Jason, if I may be so bold.
Of course.
What are the Marauders doing here?
Well, the Marauders
Now
are doing what they
that
do.
answers your question.
They're doing what they do. They're trying to keep the peace. They're trying to set balance. I wish that I could say that Austin is in the right headspace. But recent rumors have been saying that he's been conferring with Kindred, so his involvement in this investigation is quite troubling. But he's doing what he's doing. They're definitely here to ask you questions.
Us.
Yes.
Because we made it out unharmed. Interesting.
I'm a bit confused. You said it's a problem that he's talking to his family?
Oh, kindred. That's a word. We didn't choose it, but
Like his
just
kin?
no, just like you and me, things that are supernatural are quite real, Mr. Reed. How can I say this? Vampires reside in the city as well. Unfortunately, they don't like being called such. They refer to themselves as kindred, and with a working relationship with some of us, we tend to respect that.
And that's bad that he's working with them? We don't want that?
It's not bad, nor is it good. It's these kindred may have agendas of their own that might not align with what we're trying to do.
So it's okay to work with the Fae, not okay to work with the Kindred.
Not all of them are bad. Some of them are okay, I would say.
How do we feel about aliens?
I am not quite sure. If we find out that they're real too, then we'll figure it out then.
No, yeah, we're gonna pretend like they're not real. Okay.
Mr. Reed, are you doing well? Are you okay? I know that we were supposed to keep you safe, and unfortunately, through circumstance, it seems that trouble kind of followed you instead.
Well, he's gonna pat around, fish into his pocket, pull out a piece of paper that he unfolds, and you can see it's another printed out page of Heather's blog. The advice I was given was to take things a day at a time and a street at a time. That New York City could feel quite like a small town if you look at each neighborhood and its community as its own the point is, I'm getting hit with a lot at once, and I'm supposed to be taking things a little bit at a time.
I understand.
So I'm not doing great.
I understand. Well, whatever we can do, we'll try to. And you're in fantastic hands. Sophie was one of our best counselors here. And talent like that just doesn't go away.
No, I'm glad you're still able to work with her. She's very good.
I agree. Sophie is one of our prized counselors. Can't even tell you how proud I was when they got what they were working so hard for.
Very cute of you to speak in third person as if I'm not here in the room, listening. But it's nice of you to say, Jason.
Of course. Always admired you, Sophie.
Sort of winks at Francis.
Yeah, Francis gives gives him both thumbs up.
But look, I understand. I don't understand why everybody's after you all, but I definitely know that there's nothing that you've done wrong. You don't have to talk.
Very true. Feel free to tell that to everyone, because I would rather not be caught up in this, but apparently if you manage to successfully survive a harrowing situation, then everyone wants to know how you managed to stay alive.
Yeah, what do you mean everyone's after us? You didn't use those, not the words you used before. Why are you using them now?
Well, not necessarily after, but definitely eyes are on you.
Okay, I've had that feeling literally since I stepped off the bus in the city that I've been being watched. And now you're saying these things, and there's a lot of... Okay, I wasn't doing good before. I'm doing worse now.
Definitely people want to question to see what happened. Especially the crown is still missing.
Are we supposed to tell them anything? Is it anyone's business? Who do we trust? Can we trust the fairies? What's this night market thing?
The night market? Well, the night market is a source of different variety of things that you might need in your magical life. We tend not to go there as much, as the only thing that we really work here at the collective is internal struggle. No need for mechanical material workings.
If you needed to get rid of a dangerous magical item, you'd go there, though?
Not that I have personal experience, but I've heard.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a little note of that.
If I may, I hate to sound rude, and I hate to sound ignorant, you know. The attacker, Toby, had some very choice words to say about the Gotham High Society and those therein. And, oh well, I will not point any fingers. What I will just say, I hope everyone is being investigated equally, that's all. Not just us, you know.
Thank you, dear.
What's more important, yes, is who was this Toby fella, and why did they attack us? It sounds like, and again, this is me speaking out of ignorance, I've just, from understanding the Marauders in the past, I don't know, there seems to be a parallel there. And I again, maybe it's nothing.
I am wondering the same myself. No, there was no mention of a name of Toby before in the report. But I assume...
Now that's curious, because this person just flat out said, "My name is Toby. You should remember that." We
Well,
all remembered that, correct?
I'm...
Those of us who were there.
Maybe those of you who were conscious.
Who initially provided the report of this event?
I'm not entirely sure. And he's trying to figure out, like, one of the journalists. I can give you a name. Maybe not now, but give me time and I can definitely dig some up.
I'd be curious to know.
But I believe that they definitely got there after this whole ordeal. So if by any means...
Well, then put it on the record. The person that was in there causing all the ruckus and smashing all the glass, their name is Toby.
Okay. I'll let them know. But I just want to make sure that everything is copacetic, and to let you know that if there's anything that I can do for the lot of you, just all you gotta do is ask.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you. Yes, everything is Copacabana, and we are
Yes.
good to go. And
If you
I
don't
guess-
mind, Austin would insist to speak to you for a few
Speak with
minutes.
us.
And we could trust Austin.
I would like to say yes, but
And
Austin is
who's
one
the
of
woman
those
with
old-
Austin?
Austin is Maya. Maya definitely is trustworthy. Maya's one of his proteges. Brilliant girl. You can't talk to the old man. Definitely, the young lady will be an amazing help for you. Let me just call them in and give
So
you guys a moment.
they're not like together. They work in the same group.
I certainly hope not. And you realize, because Maya looks like they're like around like 20, 23, 24, and Austin is not younger than you, Deckard. So the age gap there is huge. See, Jason.
Some weird things in the city, yeah.
He just gives kind of like a shrug, and he later leaves. And not shortly after the two enter, you see Austin with a coffee cup, just kind of gingerly sipping, and you see Maya kind of like with a click of a pen and a notepad. Hi, again, name's Maya. This is Austin. We don't want to take too much of your time. I'm pretty sure that Archambault and Associates got to you first, and they're a lot to deal with, I guess. I get it. We're just here to make sure that everything is copacetic with us and the changelings, and we can open up the night market again. So, can you tell us what you remember from last night?
Yes, I'll tell you what I just told Jason. Some person decided to suddenly cause a ruckus, smash the glass, announced to everyone who was around that their name is Toby. And then chaos ensued. People were dropping like flies.
As you say Toby, and then you were going on, you see Austin's like, fuck. And he kind of spilled his coffee on his shirt. You notice that Maya looked kind of in shock. I think it.
Mind read.
Go ahead. Wits and insight.
2 successes.
2 successes. What? Okay. You hear warbling. Just warbling. Kind of like there's like this soundproofing around his brain.
I have a question.
See.
With my husband's sense, would I be able to tell if Francis is successful in that attempt?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm rolling awareness and what else?
Wits.
Wits.
Francis is frowning and wincing. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are you trying to read his mind as well?
No, I don't have mind reading ability. I'm trying to just get the sense of whether
insight.
Oh, insight. Okay.
Yeah, instead of awareness.
Just insight.
Insight and wits.
Wits.
Yeah.
And insight. Okay. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. He's familiar with the name. That's what you get.
Okay.
This name is not new to him. For sure.
So I'm just trying to get the sense on if Francis could tell anything from that, and I see that Francis winces, and I'm gonna, since it was a success, I'm just gonna sort of give knowing eyes at Francis, and after Francis kind of winces, I'm just gonna go like this to sort of indicate are you getting feedback, or are you unable to make it through kind of thing. And then I'm wondering if I can sort of because I have warding, if there's anything I can do to potentially try to break that ward or penetrate it in any way, just to let Francis in.
Interesting. I like what you're
Francis is doing this, no, I can't get it.
I like where you're going here. First, I need you to roll me just roll me mind and your arete.
Okay.
And I need you to I'm gonna ask you right now if let me know if this is possible. But
okay.
So I rolled 5 successes, and that was basically the threshold that you have to break. Are you able to? Yeah.
No, not at all. I don't have that many dice.
I would say, I would say
I'm just using mind.
Yeah.
But okay.
Okay. This mage is far older and far more experienced.
Right. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Would occult thaumaturgy help me in any way?
What do you want to get?
Well, you know what? If you said 5, it's still not enough. So never mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I just realized that it's an impenetrable force. Cannot he's too ancient. And
it's kind of like a luck of the die that I rolled a crit and a 1. So that's why that's kind of I didn't have a lot of dice to work with. It just so happened that I rolled super high.
Really well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so whatever. Regardless, Sophie's unable to, and
Mhm.
so she just goes.
Yeah, your magic
She
attempts,
shakes her head.
like, and it's not noticed. And like, you see he's cleaning his beard. And you notice him like, how did you end up dispatching Toby?
We didn't dispatch anything. We dispatched ourselves out of that chaotic situation.
You're telling me he left on his own, just like disappeared?
Fire.
Am I supposed to know what happened? All I cared about was getting my darling husband out of harm's way.
Lady, I need you to tell me the truth. I need you to tell me what you remember happened. You're not on
I'm
trial
telling you
here.
what I remembered happened.
All right.
I'm telling you what I remembered happened. Please don't call me lady. My name is Sophie.
Whatever.
It was a chaotic situation, and people were falling all over the place, and there was fire and glass breaking, and all I cared about was getting my husband and the people who were under my care and our watchful eye out of that situation into a safer place.
All right.
I don't know any details beyond that.
What about you, Silver? What do you remember?
I don't know a lot of what's going on and stuff. I don't remember. What? Not much. Sorry.
Nothing much. He just
Deckard is new. Deckard just arrived in town,
Yeah,
and
my,
unfortunately had to experience all of this.
Deckard is my name. Too.
All right.
Your name's Austin?
Austin Creed. Yeah. Austin Chase. Look, anything that you remember. Anything he did, he said. Did he explain why he was doing what he was trying to do? What he was trying to do?
I told you what he said. He said, "My name is Toby. Everyone should remember that." He clearly had some sort of something under his skin about the party or the artifacts.
All right.
He had
A
like
rabble rouser.
a problem with like high society types.
Yeah, of course he did. All right. Well,
How do you feel about that?
What do you
stuff?
mean? Of course he did. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, of course, he's a young kid. He's gonna have problems with high society. You know how these kids do. Fucking eat the rich and whatever. Fuck. Yeah, sure. Eat the rich, whatever. He looks a little restless. Look, I'll take care of Ashimbo. I'll let them know you guys have nothing to do with it. Have a nice day. All right, Maya, let's go.
Man, if we remember anything, is there like a number or something that maybe we could use to get a hold of you just for like business things or something
If you can't remember it, look, if you can't remember it right now, then you're probably not gonna remember it later. Whatever. Don't worry about it. Have a nice day.
No, I mean, sometimes I okay.
It was a traumatic situation. People were being essentially chloroformed. You know, people go into shock and they can't remember things quite clearly in the moment.
So you're telling me there's more that happened?
No, I'm explaining to you what happened. What I'm saying is, if something were to come to mind, of clarity of mind, as Deckard is asking about, he's merely asking how he can contact you.
You take care of this, and you see Austin storm off. I'm really sorry. This is just a stressful project. This job is really stressful to him. He means well. Look, if you do remember anything, please call me. She writes her name. And if you're having a hard time reaching me, here you go. And my colleague Trevor can also take your call. And she tears a paper from her notepad and leaves it on the table. I am so sorry. But Austin's right. We will talk to Archambault. You guys are gonna not be questioned anymore. Things are gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. we'll make sure that we'll try to work with them instead, okay? And if you remember anything, let me know.
Maya, I know that he's a cantankerous old man, and thus anyone younger is, I don't know, whippersnappers up to no good. But tell me why he so quickly jumped to the assumption that this person would be associated with some sort of agenda against the Gotham High Society.
She looks kind of trapped. She looks very pained that she is not sure what to do. Roll me a manipulation or charisma and persuasion for me.
Okay. I would like to roll manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll manipulation and persuasion? Or
Yes.
manipulation and charisma? Which combination?
No, manipulation and persuasion.
Okay. Where's my persuasion? That is 4 successes.
4 successes. She kind of deflates and leans on the table. Toby was one of us.
I saw him choke on his coffee. I see. Okay.
Toby, well,
There's
Toby,
the truth.
he wasn't really one of us. He ran to us for help, and we just couldn't. I don't know what. All I know is Toby and Austin used to have a very mentory relationship. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what the actual reason was. One day we just heard them shouting at our sanctum's like living space. Toby just stormed off. We tried asking him about it, but he just didn't really say anything. And him and the Prince of New York just kind of in cahoots with each other right now. I can't really read his mind, but we're trying to do the work that he set out to do when he made us, when he got us together. So if Toby's out there, hopefully we can get to him first.
Prince of New York? Is this the normal? Pardon me, I'm new.
Oh,
I thought this was America.
Were you introduced to the concept of vampires already?
Yeah, of course. Vampires. Yeah, I assume everything exists.
They have their own.
Apparently, but yeah.
They have their own government within New York, and a prince is the one who governs the other vampires.
And y'all work with them?
No, we don't work with them, but we try to have a healthy relationship. Symbiosis is key for a well-balanced city.
So is Toby kindred then?
Oh no. Toby hates the bloodsuckers as much as anything.
So why would he be working with them?
Is Toby working with
she
Kindred?
said Austin was working with the prince.
Yeah, Austin.
Oh,
was.
okay. I thought you said Toby was. Just kidding. Scratch that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're just trying to clean up and find Toby, and then what? You're just going to sweep this all under the rug as if it never happened?
We're gonna do what is right. We're gonna do what we can. Even though I don't really like what it could be.
So here's the thing. An entire room of people drank that champagne and fell to the floor unconscious. You certainly don't think that this one person did all of this by themselves.
If it's Toby, then he can do it. He
An entire room at a gala?
if it's the
What
champagne,
brings him so much power, if that's the case?
he's very persuasive to, especially if I assume correctly, he probably came to the caterers and became quite persuasive. Sleeping potions are easy to come by. Not even expensive.
So he ain't like an all-powerful mage. He's just good with his words.
Very clever and cunning.
I just still find it strange that this person would be working solo. The gala is a very large, prestigious event with a very important, more than one artifact.
I mean, could be alone. He could be working with many. We'll find out when we catch up with him.
And are you going to report back to the rest of us who are just as in the dark, but also could potentially be in harm's way?
Of course. Last thing that at least we want is that us fellow mages fall prey to the stupid shit that the Ascension War was about. We're here for unity. We're not here for divide. And that's regardless of class.
I think community building's good, and so you're gonna tell everyone that you all know who Toby is, and I mean you guys know him better than anyone, so you should give all that information to the other mages.
Exactly. Deckard makes an excellent point. Should we all know to be on the lookout for this Toby?
More eyes and ears and all
This
that.
Toby poses a threat to clearly every one of us.
If it
Oh,
were
you
up-
got,
Wish
like-
that harm befall us last night at the event.
You got
We're lucky
any
enough
of
to have made it
Toby's
out.
stuff?
No, not anymore.
Oh, Francis would have sniffed him out in a heartbeat.
It's a-
Indeed, not like a dog, but more like an enlightened sniff. Fragrances.
It's not my call. But if you ask me, that's definitely what should happen.
Well, we heard them say their name. Pronounced it to the entire gala.
Mhm.
So, if Austin doesn't have or has some other agenda for why all the other mages who could potentially be at risk should not know this person's name, then we will do it.
I don't blame you. It's just not my place to explain who Toby is. But his name being known, I don't see what harm that can do.
He proclaimed it. He wants his
It's-
name to be known.
Exactly.
Whose place is it to explain who he is then?
Exactly.
The person who knows them the most. And she looks
As in
outside.
Austin?
Yeah. Look, I gotta go. Again, if there's anything, it's also a two-way street. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. But
Can you introduce us to a vampire?
No, not
All right,
really.
worth a shot.
I personally don't know any. I tend to stay away. I can introduce you to a ghost, maybe? A wraith, if that's
No, that
your
sounds
fancy?
Francis is giving them like a no.
Okay. All right. Look. Again, I'm sorry, and I'll keep in touch. And she kind of like gives Deckard. She gives you like a pat on the shoulder, kind of like a sympathetic form of physical contact. And she walks out of the room.
Did we get her number?
Yes, the number. You have a number for both Maya Song and Trevor McConnell.
Well, we know a thing more about Toby, but I think more importantly, why did he want to burn the crown of Jesus Christ?
And moreover, why is Austin hiding Toby's identity? It clearly knows who Toby is. Why are we unable to know that information? Why can't we be privy to that information when clearly this person poses a threat to all of us?
Yeah, I think we should work an angle on Austin. It's gonna be tough not to crack, but we gotta know what he knows. And maybe we could find out what more about the crown stuff. Maybe we'll understand Toby's motivation if we know more about what the hell all of that was.
Oh, great.
Do you guys know those twins? They seem to know you pretty well.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
We
yes.
Hey. Yes, we do. In fact, they've been hurt since last night. Maybe they might appreciate some bedside manner, as it were.
Jason, have you heard anything from the Moss twins?
Jason enters again. I don't believe so. I think they seem to be okay. In the words of Amity, they're putting on a show for the rest of the community, but I personally don't really know them. They're being very vocal about the lost property, and that's pretty much it.
Well, perhaps we should pay them a visit.
Much agreed.
We were at their gala, and since the Ravens are going about town telling everyone that we were there, seems only appropriate to go check in on our former hosts.
Should we bring a gift? Or...
Darling, we always bring a gift.
Of course.
Jason stops you, Sophie, as you guys are leaving. Sophie, if you have a minute, please.
Sure. And she nods toward the door for Francis and Deckard.
You see him in a serious face, with a serious expression on his face. I need you to know that I personally do not bear any form of ill will. I can sense that you're unhappy. Not with your current relationship, but with us. The people that you...
You think, Jason? Some vile things have been said about me since my departure.
And I never believed one ounce of it. People are going to believe what they believe. And whether or not I can sway anybody's opinion of yourself, that's up to them. But I want you to know that you have a friend here.
That's good to know. I can't say that I can immediately grant you my trust, given the history. Surely you must understand that.
I don't ask for it.
Your honesty is commendable, and I do appreciate you pulling me aside to tell me this in sincerity. So I'll keep that in mind. Because I did obviously spend a lot of my time here and give a lot of myself to this community. What happened, what transpired afterward, the way my good name was besmirched, and that of my spouse is, well, frankly, is childish. And
Greg
I want to
and
think that there are good people like you.
Greg and I believe the same, that you don't deserve that.
Thank you. It's true.
Whatever this is, whatever that item that they're looking for, be careful. he just walks away. And it strikes you. You do notice what he said. He doesn't know what item is missing. Which kind of gives you an idea that publicly the Moss Twins did not say what was missing. Only the Archambaults and Archambault and Associates said so. Marauders didn't know what was missing as well.
Interesting.
You guys get into the car. Notice damn G names fucking Geraldine is actually not there, but a message is on your phone that says that like they were able to they had to attend an emergency, but they all had the driver your itinerary pretty much like posted, so wherever you need to go, just you need to tell the driver and they will take you there. You communicate that you wanted to go uptown to meet with the Moss Twins. Shortly, you arrive to a marble white building. A lot less busy than last night. You walk in towards the foyer. A kind of like a butler of sorts greets you. Can I offer you anything to drink, sir, madam?
I'm quite alright.
I'll take a sparkling mineral water, please.
And you, sir?
Water, but not the bubbly kind.
Flat, of course. You can wait over here. They
Call me names.
They kind of usher you to like kind of a study. You're waiting for a bit. Your water is served, sparkling and flat. And later on, the flamboyant air of Jonathan and Jennifer enter the room. Oh, darlings. It's so wonderful to see you. Is everything okay? We were so worried, and we noticed that the four of you and your companions were gone. Even your uncle.
Dear friends. Yes. Francis gets up and gives him yes. What a terrible thing that was.
Quite the soiree you threw.
Of course, I did not expect that soiree to be so vile and troublesome. And sister, please, I'm trying to think. But please tell me what happened. Where did you end up?
I will regale you with the tale. Exactly what happened to us. I, like you, drank some of that champagne and thus succumbed to the terrible happenings of the body, and my friends and my darling wife took me aside and helped me escape, with also my dear uncle. Now, at this very time, a certain somebody happened to be part of your staff. At that point, they had decided to accost the centerpiece of the evening. Not sure what happened there, but we managed to get away just fine. They mentioned that they did not like us. Not us specifically, but us, the Gotham High Society.
Riffraff. Disgusting, if you ask me. I've already questioned some of the, we saw the footage, and I've questioned the caterers, and they had no idea who that was. This is...
Sounds like they worked their way in and among your staff because apparently they, even though the staff didn't know them, they were quite chatty and perhaps persuaded them to see their side of things.
Huh.
Yeah, or maybe it was an inside job.
Well, we did our due diligence, and we checked some of their minds. Nothing.
Dear friend, I do want to ask you one thing. Why would, riffraff or not, why would anyone want to destroy the crown of Christ?
Why would you exactly? Unless you're an atheist.
Even then, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no inherent power to that artifact, is there?
It's been touched by God. Of
Yes,
course there's
but-
power.
Oh, yes, of course. Imbued with magic. It can't explode randomly, can it?
How should I know? I just got it from the night market.
How should you
Who,
know?
actually, at the night market was your procurer?
Oh, are you trying to buy collectibles yourself?
Perhaps not the Christ-related kind, but maybe.
Well, my guy normally doesn't deal in religious artifacts. But they definitely can get you what you need. It's this...
Then how did you come upon it? Was it a commission, or did they just happen to get hands on it?
Definitely a commission, dear. This, I wasn't really sure what kind of changeling he was. Maybe a kobold or maybe a dwarf. I'm not entirely sure. His name was Vandal, and he does a lot of my international shopping for me. If you want, I can
Quite
give
curious.
you. I can send your names over and kind of a referral, if you will.
Yes.
I would.
Yes.
I would like that. Now, tell me, did you hire anyone to retrieve your investment for you?
Of course, Arsembo and Associates need not I say more. They're good at their job, and I'm not worried. I'm pretty sure that I will have my property soon enough.
Are you aware that perhaps they're not the only ones that are looking for it?
Nobody knows what we are looking for, so are you worried about the marauders? Those
They are
filth.
sniffing around. They are sniffing around.
And he gives you this kind of expression of frustration. I care not for them. They're useless. You hear Jennifer pipe up, but they do have a remnant of the... Jennifer, we're talking.
No. I would like to hear what Jennifer has to
Yes,
say.
please continue, Jennifer.
Well, they do have the remnant of the war. Austin Chase. He can probably... Not that he can probably find what... He can probably find what we need. But as long as we don't tell him what is missing, He should be fine. The man specializes in the sphere's forces anyway, so nothing to worry about.
How exactly would we tell Austin Chase to search for the crown of Jesus Christ without calling it the crown of Jesus Christ?
We don't. Because if he knows what is missing, then it will be a whole citywide issue. The Academe is gonna come, they're gonna try to get it for themselves, the Marauder's gonna help them, because they claim that they can do whatever. They claim they can contain whatever artifact. I think it would be better if Austin doesn't know anything about the crown. And you see slowly the frustration building up. And you notice that Jonathan is more than annoyed. It's like, are you done? Can I speak now? Jennifer just kind of shrinks a little bit.
What say you, Jonathan?
I would rather die than let Austin Chase know anything about my dealings. Archambault and Associates have their own remnant. They've been in the city even before the war ended. I am not worried. I am just happy that my friends, and he gestures to you, are safe. He gestures to you two, except for Deckard. He kind of leads Deckard out.
Well, just thought you should know that your hired henchmen are not the only ones on the hunt for the artifact.
Well, I'll let them know then.
Also, do you know anything about why... Okay, so Austin is involved because we kind of get the sense that he knows something about the person who started the whole ruckus.
I don't know about that, but Austin is gonna be involved because he just can't mind his own goddamn business. He's been in everybody's business since we all started popping up on the map.
Right. So what I'm saying is, though, if Austin can find the person who is the culprit, and then that person tells Austin what the item is, and if you have not reclaimed it by then, you might have a bit of an issue on your hands.
You see him loading. You see his brain kind of bricking, trying to understand the concept of what you said. And you see him going through a thought process of, from that's not possible to fuck, I'm in trouble. Tries to shrug it off. Everything should be fine, dear. Don't worry about it. Anyway, look, I need to make that call to Vandal for your referral. Jennifer, see them out, please.
Wait, see, you're just assuming no one's ever gonna find out the item you had, even though you had a whole party to show off the item?
You see him look at you. Who are you?
The guy who stopped your item from getting stolen. I guess it was stolen. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Another witness at the party, dear. We were all there.
Anyway.
And if you get it again, how are you going to keep it safe? And also, if you're keeping a secret after the fact, this person clearly knew you had the item before the fact and had time to prepare this whole heist about it. So you got a leak, or you are the leak.
You see him, his eyes just just are transfixed at you and are wide. Get out! Just get out! And he just storms out of the room. You see Jennifer is like,
well,
he didn't have enough time for his nap today. And kind of is trying to give you a smile, but is worried about her twin. Anyway,
Will you make sure we still get the referral at least?
Of course.
Thank you.
And she just rushes after her brother.
Oh, one more thing.
She turns around.
Tell Vandal to expect 4, not 3.
And she nods.
And this water was flat.
Darling, you asked for it to be flat.
You are ushered outside. It's quite late. The driver brings you home. Deckard, do you come with the couple to their
Ask
house?
them where do we think we should keep this thing now that like everybody in the city is looking for it?
And then usher us into the car.
Oh,
Once we're in the
this
car
is-
and the doors are shut.
Yeah,
like
this
one
is
sort
you
of-
guys
yeah.
are in the
Oh,
car.
okay,
yeah.
okay. Got it. Okay. It's safely hidden. I can assure you that. Our home is very well warded, and you clearly did a wonderful job at making it invisible. And on top of that, it's hidden in a very secret workshop that only Francis and I have access to. So for now, it's okay.
Because they're already looking at your place, so they're suspicious.
Yes, but
No one even
have a
knows where I
feeling-
live, so I might be able to hide it there. But if you're comfortable with it at your place, that's fine with me.
Well, okay, hold on. Deckard makes a good point, except for that. Deckard, you made a passing comment that you feel like you've been being watched since you arrived in the city.
Yes.
And that you've been in trouble before, and you've been on the run.
Maybe.
Right, I'm just repeating what you've already said, darling. So,
I really said all that. Damn, I gotta keep my mouth shut.
yeah. So, although I do like that idea of technically no one knows where you live, I'm not confident that that will be the case for long.
It better be the case. I paid some witch lady good money to ward my place too. All right. Yeah, let's keep it at that's fine with me.
Darling, do you think that that's a good plan of action?
I think so. Our place is very secure, but if we go to this night market, and as a little bonus, that would be good education for you and Heather. If we go
True,
to this
and I
night
do
market,
love shopping.
I love
Sorry, it's been a while.
Are we all on board with returning this thing to the night market then?
I don't think so. I think it would be good to go there to ask questions, but
Yes,
I
we
were
should
to
do
leave it-
reconnaissance.
yes, if I were to leave it with anyone that weren't us, honestly, I hate saying it. I would leave it with the Academe.
That's an interesting choice, darling.
It is.
Why do we need to get involved with yet another mage faction?
Because they're the ones who haven't asked anything yet. Plus, they would know the most, because of all the books, I imagine.
It's like stuffy academic types? I don't know. I like the idea of the pocket dimension, and now no one's got to worry about this thing hurting anybody. And also, don't take this the wrong way, Francis. I've noticed since we have acquired this item, you've begun to behave in a Christ-like manner.
Just so moved.
So I feel like the
don't know.
longer you're around this thing, the more like this transformation is going to take place.
It's not like I'm turning into a werewolf or anything. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel the call to responsibility to your fellow and all that? I feel it. I've never felt that before. I feel like I want to do something more than just make more money. That's never happened to me in my whole life. It's just that and my wife. Those are the only two things I care about. And Now there's this other thing. There's this. We have to do something because we have.
Darling, how about we talk to someone at the academe first and see what it is that they know or don't know, or I think we should have a conversation with them first before we just go handing over an item that we truly don't know whose hands it should actually be in.
I love how clear your head is. Yes. Shopping first.
Shopping first. And reconnaissance there as well, but shopping.
Let's tidy up. Let's get all nice and spick and stealthy, and then we go
Tomorrow,
on.
though, it's been such a long day. I just want to put my feet up and have a nice glass of wine.
Sophie, you're good with you make things, right? Like magic things.
Yes.
Maybe you can make something to keep the crown in.
That's true. The thought did cross my mind. Perhaps we could,
Because are we gonna have to take it with us to the market so they can like see what we
no.
got? No.
That's why we're doing reconnaissance first. I'm not thinking at all about carrying around that thing with us all over town when there's clearly a bunch of people trying to sniff out its location. No.
Maybe we could.
Darling, that's absurd.
It is, and that's exactly why they never think that we'd do it.
Maybe I should have. I think I'll have 2 or 3 glasses of wine, actually.
As you guys get at home, Deckard, did you join them to their apartment?
He doesn't like staying there, but he doesn't. He feels more comfortable having extra eyes in case something happens to this thing. So he'll stay there if they allow him.
So the 3 of you walk upstairs, and you notice. Just wait, before you notice something. The echoing of your shoes echo around the halls on the marble floors. You walk towards the entrance, which is slightly ajar.
As in our apartment is slightly ajar.
You open it.
That's unusual.
You open it, and the sickening smell of sulfur, of rotten eggs, fills the threshold of your house. On the couch, lying unconscious, with kind of a bruise on their cheek, is Geraldine. Their cell phone smashed on the ground. Your place is thrashed, as if it was searched. First thing you think, workshop. What happened? As you run to it, there's nothing lost. Things may be damaged. But you notice, Deckard, as you walk in, the white noise, the frequency that you use to keep track of the crown is completely gone and silent. The crown is gone. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
What the fuck?
Most intense cliffhanger.
Actually, roll it back.
Oh.
The crown isn't gone. You do notice ashes on the ground. Fully burned. The crown has been destroyed.
Oh.
I didn't want to hold that for next week. It's a stupid thing to hold.
Okay.
Yeah, the crown was destroyed. You're not sure by who. You have an idea. But we're gonna see more of that and figure it out next week.
Look.
My name is Fabian, been your storyteller. You can find me at Rockets and Pens. You can also find me here, Bad House RPG, Thursdays and Fridays. Tomorrow we are on break, but you can find me on the Lion's Den playing Chester, the Tremere, the former sheriff of New York City. This is a shared universe, so interesting. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Let's introduce our cast and where you can find them. Let's start with Batty.
I'm Batty, and I played Sophie, and our pronouns are she, they, and you can find me, person, on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Bats Pajamas, BATZ, Pajamas. And I occasionally stream much more casually now on my own channel with like music, art, or games sometimes. Yeah. Wow. I'm just like I'm in shock of this cliffhanger. Next.
Bully.
Hello. Do this. I look somewhat normal.
It was Bully all along.
Oh, Bully, when'd you get here?
Oh god, no, I don't look normal. But I do look normal on my channel Table Goth, where you can find me at YouTube. We do a lot of World of Darkness stuff. Vampire, Hunter, things of this nature. And we're also on Start Play now. If you want to play some Vampire with us, we're getting some more games going on there. We've done some, and they went really well. So if you want to be in others, check us out there. And that's it.
Cool. And last but not least, Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach, or Zach Devs. My pronouns are they, he, she. You can find me here on Thursdays and Tuesdays on Stella Luna's channel for Brandon Blood. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Excited to have Vin next week. Hope they're feeling better tonight. And yeah, we're gonna see you guys next week. Check us on Bad House RPG for more updates, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.